If there was one creature that could have served as the inspiration for the terrifying direwolf from Game of Thrones, it would be this beast. Hi everyone, welcome to Paleologic. Today we're going to talk about the direwolf, a real-life Game of Thrones beast. The direwolf is, of course, a large wolf-like creature that appears in Game of Thrones. The direwolf is a massive predator that lives in the far north of Westeros and is hunted by men and White Walkers alike. They are strong enough to take down a full-grown human and fast enough to run alongside a horse. The direwolf was a massive predator that lived in North America during the Pleistocene. Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. It was bigger and stronger than the Grey Wolf, which still roams the earth today. As I mentioned earlier, the direwolf is a real-life animal that the direwolf from Game of Thrones is likely based on. The direwolf is a species of canis that lived in North America during the Pleistocene. It was first described by the French zoologist Georges Cuvier in 1823. The direwolf is believed to have evolved in North America, and it likely did so from a population of grey wolves. The direwolf is closely related to the grey wolf and the coyote, and it can be distinguished from these animals by its larger size and more robust build. The direwolf was a massive animal that stood about 3 feet tall at the shoulder and weighed up to 180 pounds. It had a long, bushy tail that was about 4 feet in length, and it had large, powerful paws that were well adapted for running and jumping. The direwolf had a short, thick coat of fur that was probably grey or brown in color. It had a large head with a long muzzle and short, erect ears. The direwolf had sharp, pointed teeth that were perfect for catching and tearing up prey. The direwolf was a carnivorous animal that hunted large mammals such as bison, horses, and camels. It was also a social creature who lived in packs and hunted in coordinated groups. This is similar to the dire wolves of Game of Thrones, who also lived in packs and hunted in coordinated groups. The direwolf went extinct around 9,000 years ago. This was likely due to a combination of factors, including climate change and overhunting by humans, and it likely hunted large mammals such as bison, horses, and camels. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And be sure to check out my other videos on Game of Thrones beasts. Thank you for watching. The direwolf was also a social creature who lived in packs and hunted in coordinated groups. This is similar to the dire wolves of Game of Thrones, who also lived in packs and hunted in coordinated groups. The direwolf went extinct around 9,000 years ago. This was likely due to a combination of factors, including climate change and overhunting by humans. In the series, they are shown to be intelligent, social creatures who live in packs and hunt in coordinated groups. They are also very loyal and protective of their own, and they will defend their territory against any threat. The direwolf is an apex predator in its environment and is feared by all who live there. They are truly a force to be reckoned with. In the series, there are two main types of direwolves, the grey direwolf and the white direwolf. Grey direwolves are the more common of the two, and they are typically larger and stronger than their white counterparts. White direwolves are more rare and they are typically smaller and more agile than their grey counterparts. Both types of direwolves are equally dangerous, and they both play an important role in the ecosystem of West. Now, while the direwolves of Game of Thrones are purely fictional, there is a real-life animal that they were likely based on, the direwolf. So what do you think? Is the real-life direwolf a good match for the fictional direwolf from Game of Thrones? Now let's take a closer look at the direwolf. So that's the real-life Game of Thrones beast, the direwolf.